Hi, my name is Connor Cruz, and for my debate response, I will be responding to Dail Dawson, who argues that border walls are imperative to our national security. So, to start, the issue of sovereignty is unique to every country, and it should be regarded more thoroughly here in America. Many countries around the world do not value sovereignty, and there are many here in this country that tend to view the U.S. as part of a larger community rather than a sovereign nation. And Miss Dawson does point that out. She is right that a border wall would establish that legitimacy of statehood and help ensure that a serious vetting process be put in place, which is fair. However, she also argues that we may be allowing in citizens from countries of supposed lawlessness, which will always be up to the discretion of the individual. I'm not going to sit here and take a side on the issue because both sides have legitimate arguments, with one using concrete examples of lawlessness in the country due to unvetted immigrants, while the other side also has concrete evidence of how to show how the unvetted immigrants actually benefit our nation, both culturally and economically. I will, however, argue with Ms. Dawson about the scope of this issue. To start, the U.S. has an extremely long history of maintaining no border wall and failing to vet incoming immigrants. For example, after the horrors of World War II, President Harry Truman signed an executive order speeding up the immigration process to allow in Jews escaping Nazi persecution. Many of these immigrants, according to the Center for Migration Studies, were not fully vetted and held no form of identification. That being said, Congress realized this and in 1939 enacted a full embargo of incoming immigrants from Western and Eastern Europe. Many of these hopeful immigrants, an overwhelming majority of them being Jews, were needlessly murdered in the Holocaust and the surrounding events of World War II. Because we became adamant about our already weak immigration laws, people perished back in the war zones of Europe. In the recent years, we have seen upticks in immigration from Latin America and the Middle East, most recent being Afghanistan. To quell any issue, it is no doubt that these hopeful immigrants are completely vetted. For the lucky few who get an opportunity, this is where the long road to the United States begins. Every day, thousands of refugees from all over line up at their respective nearby offices to register with the UN. Every single refugee is interviewed in detail multiple times by the UN for their vital statistics, where they came from, who they know. Their IRSs are scanned to establish their identity, and then they wait for the chance the UN might refer them to the United States. Surprisingly, less than 1% of hopefuls get that chance. For that 1%, the next step has been the State Department Resettlement Center in the respective countries for a background check led by specially trained Department of Homeland Security interrogators. Like all Syrian refugees being vetted, all families are questioned at least 3 times by interviewers, looking for gaps or inconsistencies in their stories. All that information is then run through U.S. security databases for any red flags. To be a refugee in any country is to be patient. The U.S. security check goes on an average of 18 to 24 months. Those who passed are then told to pack up for their new life in the United States. The bottom line is that from past to present, the U.S. has prided itself in maintaining a strict code of immigration, which is just not true. We have allowed in dangerous people, and there isn't much else that can be done to stop that, unless more individual rights be infringed upon. I believe that our immigration system is not broken, but also not perfect, and a border wall wouldn't do much to combat that. Thank you very much for watching.